Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of PrematchMuti.
Muti.
Hey, see, now we've got a bit of a ritual. You guys were saying we needed one, and we've got one.
There we go.
Is what, Silo?
Is that the energy that you're talking about?
No, I'm not trying to. What are you trying to claim that you got more energy? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, in the top corner, we've got Wonga Denga, the Denganator, aka the captain of Fresh Legs. If you guys have kids out there who want to learn how to play football, Wonga is your man. At the bottom, we've got Selo Lola Kale. He hosted 2 shows last week, and then he took a break on Tuesday. Why? Because Liverpool won a trophy, and United didn't do anything on the weekend. And now he's also he thought he was entitled to a break. He didn't ask his agent, but here we are. And then in the bottom corner, we've got Nick Stothard, King of the North. As you can see, as you can tell, it's been a long day. Wonga, you want to elaborate on why it's been a long day for Nick? Just judging by what you can see there.
No, he's got a new hairstyle. I don't know.
New hairstyle. Now he's a toffee. Now he's a toffee as well. Wearing toffee jerseys as well.
This is work attire, man. Come on, work attire. You saw the Umbro and you assume, but they're not even with Umbro. They're with Hummel.
Yeah, but they used to be with Umbro.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
It's a legacy image that's been imprinted on our brains there. But yeah, just to round off the introduction there from Nick Stothard, XP Arena. Nick, you want to give a little update from your side?
Yeah, we are opening soon. It's been tough, sort of getting this whole product out there and service offering for what will be quite exciting for especially, the guys that are the community that we've already created here at Goal Lounge, and for the extended community that we're about to engage. So yeah, it's been taxing, to say the least, but we're nearly there. 15th of March, we are opening. So yeah.
Come on, guys. Get in there. Come on.
Right there.
Come on.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Team build on the 15th. Right, Settle.
Yes.
Show them the website. Show them the website, Claudio. Come on, just a little teaser. Give them a little teaser.
Yeah, okay. You see, he hosts the show and he's already calling the shots. My goodness. The power's gone to his head, ladies and gentlemen.
I can do it. I can do it. I know how to do these things.
The thing is, I think Selo wants you to show the. I think Selo wants to show you show the website for a specific reason.
Yeah, I'm thinking exactly the same thing.
Opening, yeah. Warren, thank you so much, mate. I can't wait to have you over for a beer, and hopefully you can maybe play.
My agent just approved the pictures, so that's why
Your agent. You talk of your agents. It's a good thing he's the designer and the agent's one and the same. He's a lucky guy.
If not the same, who knows? All
right, here we go. There we go.
Oh, who's that?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
So this is officially the website XP Arena. If you guys want to start booking your first, is it the first league, Nick? I mean, you can elaborate, yeah.
Yeah. So you can go on to the sign up. I think it says there sign up today, and yeah, it's pretty simple, straightforward. You put your team's details
registration.
In, and Bob's your uncle. It's pretty simple. We'll get back to you immediately and give you a day and a slot in which you'll play, in which league you'll play in, and we'll take it from there.
Got the match fees up here too, just in case you wanted to know what the damage would be. And of course, the rules and regulation. Look at this man.
Yeah.
Look at the serious guy holding the ball there. Wonga Denga. And then, of course, private booking, guys. It's not just league. We're going to go through the offerings here, but we've got manage your personal games. Look at the squad there. But let's just go before we round off here. We're just going to go to the bottom in terms of what the total offer, what we offer. Leagues and tournaments, Nick. You got leagues and tournaments happening. You got youth football programs. You got social bookings over there. Of course, yes. Nick's the social guy. Wonga's the youth guy there. And of course, look how serious. If you're talking finances, ladies and gentlemen, venue hire. Selo, Lolo, Kale, look at him. Serious. Always ready for a game time. And then we got Matt, the corporate guy. Look at him, just representing corporate events and parties. And then also at the bar and the pizza, because we know he likes to drink. And that's pretty much the sites. And then you can go down and register.
So, it's the designed by our very own team at Goal Lounge. So very, very
team.
proud of that. And yeah, excited.
Register, guys. Register. Let's go play some footy, guys. Let's see what you can do on the soccer field. Some banter. Let's throw it around. And
I think what's nice about this place as well, Silo, I know you played Discovery, and I'm not going to knock anything in terms of our competitors, but I think this is more of a homely vibe. It's a community. It's different. We're going to have a quality clubhouse where you can come and watch football on the field. You can watch it on the TV as well. That proper sports bar vibe. So it's going to be quite exciting, and I can't wait to have the whole gang around.
All right, enough plugging in here,
that's
Nick.
great.
Okay,
The
show is not just about you. All right, we need to talk about football.
This guy.
Okay?
You know those radio shows. Those radio shows where they give the caller like 30 seconds to
Shout out.
I felt like this is my 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's also the one where we put you on the spot and you didn't have any time to do your hair, so that's how you know it was a lastminute.com situation. Yeah,
that's it. But let's get to the football matters. Let's talk about. I see we're speaking about Abramovich there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Silo's the hype man. Let's talk about this. How do you think it's going to affect the club?
Why am I the hype man? But hey, man, listen. I think, guys, we can say a lot actually, but I don't think he should be selling the club. Yes, I think obviously, yes, there's previous links that he has to Putin, but he's not directly involved with him. I think any oligarch from Russia makes their money through partnerships with the state. Favorable treatment from the state. So I think he's gotten favorable treatment from the state in the past, but he's currently not involved with the Russian government. So from my point of view, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be very sad. Someone who's brought them a lot of titles, a lot of Premier Leagues, their first Premier League in 50, first league title in 50 years, giving them their first Champions League. Now also getting their second Champions League, Club World Cups, multiple league titles with your Mourinho's, Ancelotti's, Conte's. You know what I mean? He's done quite well as an owner, and he's put a lot of money into the club as well. Whereas other owners, American owners that Wanga and myself have, and that Claudio used to have, those guys used to take a lot of money out of the club and not put.
You still have them. Claudio
still has them, but at least Claudio's owners,
they're winning something. At least
I think he's American. The current American owners he has, at least from their Red Sox days, they kind of want to win stuff.
They know how it feels to win, and
they know how to run it. But they know how to run it. Like, they are getting results. It's not that they're not, and they did spend money when they have to. So let's see.
Yeah. Whereas Manchester United owners, they only won for the first time ever in their history with Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year with Tom Brady, and then that's about it. In their whole sports ownership history. Okay, now Kroenke won the Super Bowl this year, so it was Man United last year. Now this year it's Arsenal who won the Super Bowl. But that's
Can I ask you a question, Silo? You say that Abramovich had previous dealings with the Russian government, but do you not? And let me play devil's advocate here. Do you not think that there's potentially something that he's still involved with, and there's a sense of guilt where he's now saying, listen, let me get out before that sort of comes out,
Just, Nick, before that gets answered, there's a reverb happening. Someone sound, either Silo or...
Testing. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Hello.
This is terrible, guys. This is why you need to jump on early so we can fix this sort of issue.
Yeah, sorry about that. I jumped on. Is that me? I don't know.
Did you switch it off?
I don't know. I haven't done anything.
Okay, but
I hear Claudio when he speaks.
I can hear the echo.
Can you hear me now?
I still hear it.
Yeah.
Warren says it sounds like Wanga and Nick. I don't know.
Is it me?
Wanga and Nick.
Can him just...
I don't know, guys.
Don't worry about it. Okay, we're going to continue though.
Okay. But what he was asking about the fact that maybe there is something that is happening, guys. A lot of the Premier League owners have checkered histories and even questionable current dealings. Newcastle, for one, are now owned by a Saudi Arabian government, or the public the investment fund. They also have some shady dealings or some unsavory stuff that's kind of happening, or some questionable stuff that's happening in Saudi Arabia. Similarly with Man City as well. What's this, guys from what's this, Abu Dhabi? There's also some stuff there. PSG as well. Okay, outside the Premier League. So there's a couple of these teams that have owners that have quite questionable practices, maybe, or are associated with other stuff. But yes, I think maybe it is a factor of he is trying to get ahead of it. Maybe
in case it explodes.
In case it explodes, because
listen, I don't think he should be selling, but it just, the fact that he is selling just makes, like, so soon and so sudden.
Yeah,
makes me
must be something
sort of
heavy,
think
because
that there must be still ties with Putin at some point, and if that is exposed, and a media like the English media will find out, he will be ruined, especially because it's so sensitive at the moment.
Yeah, but I think it's more mitigating of the risk there. I mean, Selo, you should know from a financial point, managing the assets. I mean, we don't know what the British government will decide. I mean, if you're looking at how the rest of Europe's run, they're already deciding to do their own thing. Boris, whatever will decide, hey, we're just going to claw this back. So let him try and get something before something like that happens. It's just mitigating risk. But when going back to his tenure there, it's 19 years, 19 trophies. He's invested, I think it's 1.5 billion, and I think his asking price is roughly about 3 billion. 3 billion and 2.5.
He's writing off all the debt as well.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's an interesting one. But my question is, though,
Everton also have a guy. He used to be a shareholder at Arsenal.
He's still involved,
yeah. So he used to be a shareholder at Arsenal, and then he left Arsenal and then went to Everton. So there's a couple of companies that are linked to him that sponsor Everton. So Everton has taken them away as sponsors. And I was reading earlier on that this guy's yacht is stuck now in Germany because they don't want to release it. So he's also one of those guys who is in the Premier League as a minority shareholder at Everton. I think he's about a 30% shareholder at Everton or something along those lines. But still, so there are a couple of Russian people that are involved in the Premier League, and I think they kind of attacking them because they feel that these guys are the rich and powerful, and these are the guys that you could probably influence. They probably could influence Putin to go a certain way.
Yeah, but let's talk about the actual political issue and more about the football club. I mean, what does this mean for Chelsea? What does it mean for Newcastle? Saudi owners going, oh, we could have bought Chelsea if we were just patient enough.
I thought about that as well. I don't know. Thought about it. Thank goodness we got them when we had the opportunity. But I think this might be an opportunity for the teams that have been vying to get into the top three. Because you've seen, like, in previous clubs where there's sort of a generation that sort of changes. This could be that sort of moment, because you get an owner in that's not as willing to spend as much as Abramovich. The team might suffer. So you might see Chelsea have a dip, as Arsenal have done, as Man United have done. So I think they must be careful, or Abramovich will just want to get his money. But Chelsea fans will be worried in a sense that they're hopeful their owner is as generous as Abramovich. And, where do you find those owners? I don't think they'll have a problem finding a suitor. The whole of the sort of the US market in terms of billionaires will probably be licking their lips. But I'm not too sure. Maybe you might find a Chinese owner comes in. Apparently the front runner was a Swiss guy.
I saw that.
Yeah. Is it not ironic that this is probably the safest the manager's job's ever been at Chelsea? Tuchel's he's confused, but he's like, at least I'm safe. Wonga, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about all of this?
No, man. I think it's exactly the same as you guys. I also don't think he should sell. If I look at it from a neutral perspective, he's done so much for the club. I think definitely when he came, he can market. I mean, as soon as he came, that was the change for Chelsea. And I think now, For us, I think it's for Newcastle's looking at it. You're just basically just balancing the league now. So Newcastle probably will think, okay, now they've also got a chance to get in there. Arsenal, definitely my team. I'm also thinking we've got a chance now. To be honest with you, I hope it doesn't turn that well for them. But we'll have to wait and see.
So you want to take advantage?
100%, 100% on that. That's what I'm really thinking. But
Nah,
yeah,
if they
they
get
sort
an
out their
American owner,
problems.
if they get an American owner, it won't be good for them.
Silo, read Arjun's comment there.
Look, if you have 3 billion to buy Chelsea, just add 2 more and buy United, please. Oof, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. Guys, that's a lot. If you have 3, you can't add another 2, guys. Oof.
And then Silo's personal favorite viewer. There we go. There's a special shout out there, Silo.
How's it, dear? And Arjun and Warren. We can't single out specific people. Come on, Claudio. Everyone is equal. Everyone is equal in the comment section.
All right, moving on then, gents. The first game for the weekend, Leicester City versus Leeds. The only reason I'm bringing this one up is because
first game for the new coach.
First game for the new coach, but also Leicester City. But like I touched on Tuesday, terrible form. Leeds obviously fighting for their lives here. I mean, what would this do to a Leicester when a Rodgers if they lost? Does he get the job at Arsenal?
I think what was quite interesting about Leicester before they played Burnley, I think they were 6 points above the relegation zone. So that win against Burnley was key for them. And I would like to think it would be a confidence booster for them to kick on, because you'd like to also think that they thought or would have thought that they would have been in a better position and probably challenging for Europe rather than looking over their shoulders. So I think they would probably see this as a catalyst, a kickstart for their season, being the Burnley game. And looking at a Leeds team who have shipped 60 goals, I would be licking my lips if I'm a Jamie Vardy or the others there in that squad.
And he scored in his first game back against Burnley. So yeah, I think.
And for me, guys, the Leeds situation, I don't know. They've got a like for like manager here, just a younger version of Bielsa, essentially. JC.
Come on, you reckon?
He's the same type of.
He's got philosophy, yes. Similar philosophy, high work rate.
High work rate. I'd like to think because he is quite young, he's a younger coach, he will be clever enough or sort of, brave enough to admit that they can't just play this high pace on the front foot football, and maybe they'll close it up. 60 goals, there's still 12 games to go, guys. Tell me, do your research. How many teams have survived with 60 plus goals in a season? I can't find any in the last 5 years.
Oh wow! So you've done the research, but did you bring that up the Nick? Yeah, Wonga.
Up the Nick. Nick's trying to take your job.
Your territory.
Listen, there's been a couple of teams that have just survived, and they've been in the between 60 and 70, but no one has gone down with conceding less than 60. So what I'm trying to say is 60, I mean, there's still 12 games to go. They're probably going to concede about 80 plus goals. How are they going to survive? So he needs to go in there and really sort out that defense if they're going to have any chance.
Yeah, that's not
Shut up.
inaccurate. Yep. Shout out to Nevada and Pums for joining us. We're going to move on from that game because Selo didn't seem too interested. And, of course, Wonga Denga had a few things to say.
What do you
Newcastle
mean?
versus Brighton.
No, man, Claudio, it's not that I'm not interested about Leeds and Leicester. I guess we obviously, man, Bielsa's gone. We spoke about it. I think Nick has touched on it in the shows that I had with him, the one show. He called it, I think. Not called it, but he felt that if Bielsa stayed, they were going to get relegated. So let's see what happens. But I suppose in the outcome for the game, though, let's talk about this particular game coming up. Leicester hosting Leeds, and Wonga, we're going to start with you. Let's get those scores. Let's get those quick fire predictions.
Look, I think Leicester. Looking at the last game, they just won. Now Leeds have just lost their manager. like Nick says, they're conceding. I mean, unless the guy physically, not even figuratively saying, but physically puts a pass there, they're still going to concede. I can't see them changing anything that quickly, to be honest with you. And like if Nicky's saying, I'm not too sure about the manager, but he's saying that they're very similar. So now he would be going against his own philosophy in a way if he was to just focus on defending. So we'll see what happens. But I think Leicester definitely take this one, especially if they got Vardy back. I would say
3.
Yeah, 3-1 to Leicester.
So is Arjun saying that I'm not interested because they're both dead teams?
That's what he said. Yes, correct.
Yeah, because one of them is my rival, and man, they're like so low in the table that I can see Newcastle before I see them. You know what I mean? You know, that says a lot about where they are in the table, man. If I look down the table, I can see Newcastle before I see them. Come on, man.
Shows you how massive we are.
Exactly, man. Exactly. But I think it's gonna be a 2-2 draw in this game. Both these teams are very poor at defending set pieces, so I think it'll be a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I think for me, you'd like to think as a coach going in, you come in there and just say, let's keep it tight, keep it organized. And if he hasn't done that, I think it will be a Leicester win 3-0. But if he has come in there and his main focus is to try and keep a clean sheet, I see a draw, and probably similar to Celo, a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw. But my head says that Leicester win this game convincingly.
So Dia said 5-0 to Leicester. I'm going to say Leeds win. Jesse Marsh there for the new manager bounce. That's what they're going to get. And then we're going to really see a team survive with 60-plus goals conceded. That can be read back on the show.
That would be a record, I reckon.
That's what I'm saying.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you guys know the last American manager to coach in the Premier League apart from Ted Lasso?
Bob Bradley.
Bob Bradley.
Swansea.
Okay.
Wasn't he at Villa as well?
So it's Bradley and Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. I haven't seen that. Apparently, it's a really good watch.
Have you not watched it?
No, I haven't.
You know what's quite cool about that is they've signed a deal with the Premier League. So, like, they had some Premier League teams in the previous seasons, but it was like, correct me if I'm wrong, Celo, it wasn't like the correct kit and the correct players and the managers. But now they've signed a deal, so they're probably doing sort of
can use the actual names
within stadiums, and you can actually use the proper names. And it's pretty.
Do you guys know how Ted Lasso came about, though?
No.
How they started it. So it was someone in Sky Sports or someone in the UK. They were doing an ad, and they came up with the concept with him to do the stint. Go check the ad out, and then after he did the ad, they were like, "Whoa, let's turn this into a series." That's pretty much how it came about.
And he's brilliant. He's what's his name? The main character's name, man. Do you guys recall? No.
Don't know the main guy's name.
The American guy.
Watch the show. Okay. He's the American guy. That's easy. It really sums it down. But Wongadinga, Newcastle, Brighton. If we kick off with Nick speaking about Newcastle, it's going to be 30 minutes of just hearing his voice. So let's hear the sort of approach.
Yeah, someone else.
At least I'm interested.
Guys, no, I am interested. What do you mean, guys? I'm interested, guys. It's just weird being back. It's just weird being back on the show and being the host.
He's fatigued. He's fatigued, bro. He's fatigued. Guys, he did 2 weeks last week, and now it's the come down. He had the high of being the main voice, and now it's like
it's so weird being on the show without hosting, man. You know, I think it's man. It's just like I just need to get into it. You know?
So if you're not the host, it's just you're a bunch of peasants essentially. So
he wants the captain's armband. He wants the captain's armband. That's what he wants. He's used to this thing now. He's used to it. He wants.
Put it on.
Hey, there we go.
El capitano.
Hey, capitano. So you can still be captain, Silo. You can be captain. I'm just the manager, right? Wongadinga, let's hear it. Let's hear it from your side. Newcastle, right?
To be honest with you, Nick, I honestly, I don't know if you've looked at it, but I'm also just curious looking at their record now. I mean, when is the last time Newcastle won 3 games in a row? You know, and they've got now 4 out of 5. I mean, they haven't lost in the last 6, and 4 of those are wins.
I think it's 7, but yeah.
I'm looking at it now. It is definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Besides
it is
Cambridge.
6.
Cambridge.
Okay, yeah, besides in the league. Okay.
Whoa. Read this comment. Read this comment about Nevada there.
Silla Maguire.
Guys, I think we can end the show. We can end the show. We can end the show. Vaz is disrespectful, guys. Vaz is disrespectful, man. Vaz, guys, Vaz has found his voice after Villa finally won.
Yeah, that's true. I think so. Right, but Wonga, you were saying,
yeah. I think these Chivas and Newcastle's on some other form. Like I said, when they, I mean, them playing away against Brentford. I mean, yeah, Brentford are newcomers in the league. But I mean, even if you looked at the bookies, what they were saying about the match, they Newcastle to score 2 goals was what was the odds there? They're basically 2-1. Not gonna happen. And if you saw what Newcastle was doing before, you would have definitely said Newcastle's definitely going to score 2 goals against the Brentford. I think you would have put your money on that, Nick, if you saw that.
Yeah.
I think anyone would. I did. So just letting you know.
he made some money. He's just cleaning up there in his betting corner.
Yeah, just a small one there. But yeah, I think Newcastle's in great form now. I think Brighton are the team that they're going to have to put something up there for Newcastle. And they're playing at home again. And I don't think any team has felt the stadium like that. Well, Brighton haven't. So they're going to go there and it's going to be something new for them. And again, I think they'll be a bit terrified. And Newcastle will take the win.
I like that
score prediction. You're going to give a score prediction or not?
I'll say it will be I'll give it a 2-0. 2-0 to Newcastle.
Newcastle. Dia giving 9. Dia saying 9-0.
Yep.
What Newcastle is Dia talking about?
Well, listen,
not
guys.
Newcastle yet. Maybe 10 years from now, but not yet. Not yet.
We started this run of at 7 league games. Wonga was at the back end of last year. We played against Man United and we drew 1-1, and we haven't lost since, which is sort of underpinning of what Eddie Howe's done. And I think there was a lot of people talking about Eddie Howe defensively. Is he good enough? And I think he's proven that tenfold. We have the best defensive record in 2022 out of the whole Premier League. I think it's out of the whole English league structure. We've conceded 3 goals.
Eddie Howe, eh? Wow,
that's unreal because he's known to concede a lot of goals and he's known to score a lot of goals. So I think he's realized, listen, we need to sort it out at the back. And I think the unsung heroes for us, especially, have been Matt Targett at left back. I don't know how the hell Aston Villa got rid of him. He is unbelievable.
Arsenal Nevada is this.
Guys,
I know they got Luke. But listen,
he's better.
Really.
More
wow, Nick! I love it. I love the way Nick views players.
But Nick,
can I ask you a question?
From a defensive point,
can I ask you a question?
Defensive.
Look,
I'm assuming
okay. So Villa they've been okay. They had a good start, but they've been sort of up and down since Gerrard's been there. I think the sort of honeymoon period's done. They got a great win last week against Brighton. But they were pretty average against the Newcastle side that are still trying to fit themselves together. For me, and we didn't even have Matt Targett that day. I don't know. For me, Matt Targett, he was Player of the Year the season before, and then they let him go out on loan. They can have Lucas Digne. He seems like a bad apple in those change rooms, so Steven Gerrard can deal with that. We'll take Matt Targett, and then Dan Burn. He's literally the size of the Berlin Wall. You can't get past the lad, and I absolutely love him. And then we don't even have Trippier at the moment, St. Maximum. We don't have Callum Wilson, and we flipping banging teams. So I can't wait to continue the run.
Well, guys,
we're not going to concede.
It must be the best place to be right now.
Is that still a reference? Should we not be using the Wall of China, maybe?
That's for the Toon Army, guys. The Toon Army, guys. It's crazy. Look at the smile on Nick's face. I think, guys, it's obviously I think it's good for the league. You know, it's similarly. I chatted to some other friends of mine talking about the fact that Barcelona has won their last 4 games. It's good for La Liga having a strong Barca. It's good for the Premier League having a strong Newcastle. You know, I think it's a traditionally a top 10 team. You know that I think them and like an Everton. It's always good to have them and Everton doing well. I think.
Hey, Everton are getting relegated.
You know-
so enough of that.
So
chat.
you know Newcastle?
Yes, we have to hope. that
Newcastle
they
are
stay.
going to finish higher than Aston Villa this season, by the way.
Oh,
Newcastle's form,
odds.
if
Matt
they're going,
Target,
if they're going at the,
imagine you Matt Target. Sorry, Wonga.
not so good.
You've been on loan to a team that finishes higher than your parent club. But anyway, just saying.
Vods wants the bet, guys. It's happening here in Goal Lounge.
Yeah.
Wants the
It's
bet to
happening.
take place.
The
How
bet's
much we
happening,
putting down?
guys.
How much
The
we
bet's
putting
We
down?
happening.
beat you, Vods.
Who wants
We
to
already
raise the
beat you.
stake? Who wants to put the first number down and see if it gets matched? Nick, you're so confident. What's the number you'd bet Vods?
Are we doing like money or are we doing like a
Oh,
dare?
yes. What kind of bet? What can? Oh, yeah.
What,
Let's
ca-
do, I don't know.
Let's do
bet-
some
bet
let's
or
do
dare?
some hairstyles or something, man.
No, yeah. Let's ask in the comments. If you come up with a really
What
good
should-
dare, we'll
what
put the
should-
dare there. If
Exactly, what
Newcastle
should be the
finish
bet?
above Aston Villa, but if they don't finish above Aston Villa this season, Nick has to do something. Wonga, what were you going to say?
Oh no, I was saying Newcastle, they're behind Liverpool in terms of form. If you look at the last 5 games, Liverpool comes in first, Newcastle comes in second, with 13, Liverpool on top with 15, then Southampton, and then Man City. And then Arsenal.
You didn't have to say. We only talk about top 3. Come on, man.
That's the top 4. Who is not top 4? Oh.
It's the highest we've
No,
ever
no.
been in years. And may
But
I
yeah.
add, Steve Bruce still hasn't won a game this season. The man's struggling there at West Brom. So whoever had to give me shit about Steve Bruce, the proof is in the pudding. There was a team there that was vying for for promotion in the championship, and now they're even out of the playoff spots. So it just shows you what shit we got rid of.
Guys, Warren's saying he's still waiting on his beanie bet with Wonga. Anyone want to remind what the beanie bet was there?
What is the beanie bet? I remember we
Also,
did do one. I
Pum's
can't remember what it
asking-
was.
Nick, where's Matt Ritchie, Eddie's boy? What's happening to Matty?
I think he's injured at the moment.
It's
but he
almost
will
like our
be-
Matty, MIA.
He will be back, yeah. He will be back. He will be back. Ryan Fraser is another player that's been unbelievably transformed under Eddie Howe. And they had a bit of a fallout. I don't know if you recall during lockdown, he refused to sign that extension.
Yeah.
Remember, there was an extension and then he sort of went AWOL. And then football's full circle. You think you're not going to meet the manager again, and then he becomes a manager of your new club.
That's funny,
Nick,
though.
before we get your final prediction there, I just want to ask you, what's happening to Gimmerange? You getting game time? What's happening there with the new
So
player?
he got a good 30 minutes against Brentford. His passing is just unbelievable. I just think it would just be so much better if he had say, Maximum on the end of it or Callum Wilson. Unfortunately, Chris Wood has been getting chances. He's just been a little bit unlucky. But it will come. It will come. He'll get his moment. I think we play 4 games in 10 days during the end of March, beginning of April. So he'll get his chance. He'll get his chance.
And prediction?
3-0 win for Newcastle.
Ooh.
Confident man. Confident man.
Yo.
Silo, where's your head at?
Yo, 3-0. Wow, guys, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. I think Brighton need to turn the tide. They've lost these last 3 consecutive games, but I think they'll wanna do things right in this game. So I see a 1-1.
I'm in agreement there. I'm also going to say 1-1.
And
No, but I
you,
agree.
Thiago.
I agree with that. No, because it's 3. There's no ways they're going to lose a 4th game in a row. Brighton, guys.
Hey,
Maybe
guys.
at Newcastle. You know,
No
you
one,
talk about the
would you have
Newcastle
said Newcastle would have gone 7 games unbeaten?
Have you seen Newcastle play? My gents. Hey,
I wonder
I'm
though.
sure
I do
Man United
wonder
will be
how
worried.
much this will influence Eddie Howe moving forward. Like he's getting success with how he's setting up and how he's playing. I mean, you did comment
wait till
on
they
the
play the
fact
top
that-
4.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's going to be
Like,
worse when they play
obviously
Liverpool.
Bournemouth- Maybe he's taking the learnings from Bournemouth and he's approaching and he's applying it here. But
He took a year
it's going to be
out.
interesting to
and
see.
In his interview, he did say that he took time out specifically to sort of brush up on his coaching, his learnings. But, what's interesting to see is I've never seen a Newcastle team with more possession than the opposition for the last 10 years. We
Did you see them
like
against
I mean, they
West Ham?
dominated West
dominated
Ham.
teams.
West Ham.
Yeah.
West Ham
that was
first
the
half.
sector, yeah.
Ridiculous.
at West Ham. So
Yes.
yeah, I won't get
and they're
too
playing
ahead of
now-
myself. I'm just excited, guys. You just make me understand.
No,
Yeah,
Nick,
like
get ahead of
that.
yourself, bro. I wouldn't have climbed up to 4th if I wasn't ahead of myself. Get ahead of yourself, bro. That's the only way.
You're 6th.
It's
You're
the
6th,
only way.
Wonga. You're 6th, Wonga.
Yeah, no, predictions.
Man United
Predictions.
fourth.
After he beat
Oh.
Watford.
No, he
and-
said he's going fourth. He's finishing
Oh.
a review.
I see.
Right,
I see. You are thinking ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Pum's saying he loves the confidence, Nick. There's some buy in there from Pums. All right, Burnley versus Chelsea. Talking about Pums. What are our thoughts? Yeah, Silo, you wanna kick this one off?
Ooh.
Burnley gonna bring
Yo,
up all the
guys.
wall.
No, man. I think it's so tricky for Burnley, man. I think man, they lost this last game, but the other games they did well. You know, they won 2 games in a row, which people didn't see happening. You know, they beat Spurs.
7
They
points from
and-
3 games or something.
exactly. They drew the other game, so they've done quite well in their last 5 games, and I think they are trying to push for it. And I think also in the Premier League, guys, once you get a couple of results going, you can actually see yourself jumping a couple of places. But obviously, they were so far down that their 7 points has only gotten them to 21. So they went from 14 points to 21 points, where they're now only a point behind Everton, which is good for them. You know, the pub team. But we all don't want the pub team to survive the season, guys. We want the pub team to really be relegated, so they can all drink their beers on a Sunday afternoon in the championship. So, but it's going to be an interesting game. Chelsea, they won their last game. I think on the back of the League Cup disappointment, Chelsea will want to get a victory in the Premier League. You know, they definitely should have won that game in the League Cup. They had the better chances, but you know, sometimes that's football, guys. If you don't score,
They were shaky last night.
Yeah, they obviously they came back. They came back and recovered, and then they won the game last night. So yeah, but Chelsea and limbo, they can't really get to second. Then they not too far ahead of fourth, but they have enough of a buffer where I think they'll just end third at the when the season ends.
Focus for Chelsea is probably going to be the Champions League and the FA Cup.
100%.
But they can't lose sight of the league because you don't want to end up getting into a scrap to make the Champions League.
For fourth,
and they need to turn over results week in, week out. So when they do play those other tournaments, they hit the right form. I think it's a shit one for Burnley because you're on a bit of not a run, but you're in good form, and then you have to go top 4 team. You know, it is tough, but you know, they've got.
I know we're talking about top 4 team, but you spoke about them being shaky a little bit. You know, and you talk about them not getting the result of the line. We know the stuff with Roman Abramovich coming out. We do know players like Rudiger still haven't extended the contract. We know they've got a problem up front. We know Kai. Yeah, so there's every chance here for Burnley to go well. This is Sean Dyche. This is a Sean Dyche special. Like, this is what you get from the pub. Pie and a Coke, you know, long ball, shitty weather, long free kick, long throw in or something.
Pie and a beer,
is exactly
man,
what they're
not
looking
a
at. I mean,
Coke.
the problem...
Pie and a beer and a pint.
I was underage. I was looking at the underage. Also, shout out to Jure Vix for getting a taste from our pie there on Tuesday, and he's made a comeback. And he's saying first time a Liverpool supporter is going to be supporting Man United to win on Sunday. So fair shout there, Mr. Vix, another Liverpool fan in the house. So we welcome them on this show, or at least I do. Nick, you were saying there.
No, I think also if you look at the bottom of the log, I can't recall who Everton's playing.
Everton playing Spurs on Monday.
Yeah, so if
Spurs.
You know, it's tough for both of them. I think the biggest opportunity here is probably for Leeds to get a victory and try pull away from those two, Burnley and Everton. But if a Burnley get a result against Chelsea and Everton manage to lose and Leeds manage to lose, they jump up to 15th. So there's a massive, massive opportunity for Burnley to go out there and put a performance on and potentially get a win. And if anyone can do it, guys, Sean Dyche can do it. I think he's proved that over the many years that we thought he can survive. If anyone can do it, he can do it.
I agree with you. Yeah. The guys, Burnley's been in the Premier League for so long, eh?
Yes.
Like
even
7 years.
They're playing at home, and you're looking at Liverpool. Even Liverpool, you know, the team they try and score as many goals as possible, and Burnley only managed to score 1 against Burnley. They scored 40 minutes, and they still couldn't do the rest in the second half.
Yeah,
so I think if Burnley goes in there,
Yep.
No, I'm just saying, if Burnley, and I think, and I mean, even the goal they scored was what? Liverpool scored a set piece. It wasn't off their normal open play. It was Fabinho scoring the set piece, even, you know. And
this that's a valid point, Wonga, because if we're looking at it, I mean, Mr. Vix over here is saying Chelsea are basically Burnley with better players. And I mean, on Sunday, we touched on the fact on Tuesday that that's how they set up, right? That is how they set up against Liverpool. That's why they got the better chances, because of the counter-attack. Now, it's going to be interesting when you got both these teams that do set up in a similar fashion. Burnley's going to be waiting for Chelsea to push on. We know Chelsea are struggling up front at the moment, or at least they're relying on Kai Havertz. I don't know. There's too much confusion happening in that department for me. They don't know who their best front three is. Do they put in Pulisic? Do they put in someone else? Do they Hudson-Odoi? You know, they're not sure. And that is exactly where Burnley can take advantage, like you were saying there, Wonga.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's why I think Chelsea, if I were to put a score on this one, for those of you that are betting, do take this bet. I definitely think it's going to be a 0-0 draw.
Hey!
Yeah.
What are the odds for that? Yo, check that out.
Wonga. That's crazy odds, eh? Yo. I think under 2.5 is a better prediction, Wonga.
No, I would even go under 1.5. I would go under 1.5. Under 1.5, but I would say 0-0 draw.
Okay.
Under 1.5 to be safe.
We'll come back. We'll come back next week and check this out. But I think
I'm
it's going to
go
be
for
52 minutes. Remember the time.
No, I think it's a 1-0. It's a 1-0. It's a 1-0 victory to Chelsea.
3-0 Burnley. I think it's going to be. I think it will be a.
That's a crazy bet.
I think it will be a 2-0 win for Chelsea. Conventional.
Hey, but there was a year that happened, eh? You remember? Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a year that happened. No, I'm lying. No, there's a year that I thought there was a year that Burnley did smack Chelsea.
Do you have like a book, an archive book of all the Premier League games over the last 10 years?
No, they've got them here.
He goes on the app.
Score.
He goes on Flash
right
score.
Here.
Flash score shows the last 10. A betting man has 2 apps. Flash score
why are you revealing Denga's stats there, bro? You can't be revealing the man's magic. It's like showing the magician going, you know, how he cuts the lady in half. You don't do that. Come on. Opta Denga. You don't need to reveal your sources. I'm actually going to go with a Burnley upset. I'm going to say Burnley 1-0 victory. Burnley 1-0 victory. Gents,
possible.
Liverpool versus West Ham here.
Oof.
West Ham 4-0. No, I'm lying. Look, West Ham. You see, that's the problem that's the difficulty of Liverpool. That's why I say if Liverpool win the league, it would have been. I think they would obviously. You'd say they're definitely the better team, and they deserved it. Because I think West Ham, if I'm correct, they don't have. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best run of. Okay, they're actually in a better run of form now. But, you know, I mean, just losing their previous game, they'll be looking to win. I mean, get back on a winning streak. And Liverpool's the team you do it against, you know, to get your confidence back. And, I mean, they're also fighting for, looking at West Ham, they're fighting for top 4. They definitely want to get into the Champions League because they're there. I mean, why are you not going to be gunning for it? You wouldn't. You can't deny it. So to try and start a good run of form, beating a team like Liverpool can, as I'm pretty sure the managers will be telling them that. I think, Nick, you would. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but they would. I mean, in terms of team morale, that would definitely start something there. At least give them maybe, you know, if they win there, they definitely think they can win the next 2 or 3 games, you know. But yeah, that's why I said Liverpool, that would be like every other game. It would be a difficult one, despite the good Liverpool's perfect run of form. I think this one will still be a difficult one for them.
Yeah, I don't know. What's your prediction there, Wonga?
See, that's what I also don't know.
It's a tough one.
I would say, man, come on. But the way Liverpool are playing, I say Liverpool wanted more. I think it will mean more to Liverpool. And then I'll give it a 2-0 win.
I'd like to think so. Yes, yeah. I mean, we'd like to think so, no?
No, but they've showed it in the other games. They've got a winning streak of what? What can we? Oh my goodness me, that's ridiculous. It's like 13, 14 games. Jesus, what the hell?
But they can't. Liverpool can't.
But no,
afford-
Liverpool wants it more. You're right. I agree. That's going to be the differentiator. Yes.
But
sir.
but think about every game for Liverpool now. Like the last
a
5
cup
games. No,
final.
man. The last they've been trying to close this gap with Man City. Now they're there. Now they've seen, okay, now they've closed it. Now they're there. They have to win every single game to put pressure on Man City. That's why I say they're gonna most
That's the
likely
thing,
want it
though.
more.
Wonga, it's every game's a cup final now for them, and
Yeah.
at the end of at the end of it, you know what will come down to who is champions. Probably won't be who wins the game at the Etihad. I think they're playing at the Etihad.
Correct.
Yes.
Liverpool and Man City. I don't. I think it's who makes the least amount of slip ups.
Yeah, who drops less points?
I agree with you.
Because who drops less points? Because who knows? They could play each other and draw, and it probably won't have. I might be wrong, and Liverpool could win every single game and end up winning the league on goal difference. But it's all about just putting in the performance. And I think the League Cup win and winning the first domestic trophy under Klopp's reign, is a domestic cup, not trophy.
Cup, yeah.
Helps definitely, and that should be a catalyst and a kickstart for them to go for the rest of the trophies. But if they go and win like they did the other night against Chelsea, and then end up drawing to West Ham, I'll be so disappointed. I think for the Premier League, it will be exciting if they continue to win, and I'd like to see it. I think they will win against West Ham. I think it will be a 2-0 win. I think it will be conventional, easy, not easy, but sort of a professional performance from their side.
Yeah,
2-0. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think
settle.
West Ham beat Liverpool at the Olympic Stadium the first time they played. It was a great performance from West Ham. I watched.
Are you also forgetting that Liverpool missed so many chances? That's that day. They literally had like Mohamed Salah one-on-ones that he missed on that day. That's how they won the game. They took their chance, but Liverpool missed sitters.
What was the result at the end?
Yeah, but you're saying now you made it seem like it was all credit to West Ham's great performance. It was also largely down to Liverpool just missing their chances. They had something like over 30 chances. And that was at the Olympic Stadium.
What was the result?
Now we are playing at Anfield.
What was
West
the
Ham
result?
had 3 shots on target, and they scored 3.
You see now.
You see,
Okay.
3 shots on target, they scored 3 goals. Claudia, come on, 3 goals, eh?
Yeah.
That shows.
And to be fair,
Precision, 100% conversion rate.
100% conversion rate. But that shows.
To be fair,
but listen, it shows they're a dangerous team. That's what I was trying to get at, is the fact that they are a dangerous team. I watched their game against Wolves. That game against Wolves really didn't start with their best team as well. But I saw some good stuff from West Ham. Antonio needs to just get a goal or two just to get his confidence up again. But they are a dangerous team. But Liverpool at home is another animal. I think they're getting that mentality back again. After last season where they capitulated at home, where Burnley even went and got 3 points at home, 3 points at Anfield, and other teams, just went there and got points. So this season, I think, they got that scare factor again. So I think, it definitely is But guys, didn't Burnley win at Anfield last season?
Anyway, let me talk about my team. What's the final prediction?
Claudia, didn't Burnley win at Anfield last season?
What's your final prediction? What's the final prediction?
That was the match I was talking about. I think it was.
It will be 2-1. It will be 2-1 to Liverpool.
2-1. So here's the thing. Mr. Vix over here saying, firstly, Liverpool have lost 2 games in all competitions this season. Love that fact. And the second one, Van Dijk has never lost a Premier League game at Anfield. So that's also another interesting fact. I am very cognizant that the last time, I think the one game I was overly confident was that West Ham game in particular where, they had their remarkable sort of conversion rates. I'm not going to be carried away here today. But I will say Anfield's a factor. I will say that the squad depth's looking great. Minamino, by the way, more credit needs to be given to him. In that League Cup run, he scored 4 goals in 5 games. He scored another 2 in the FA Cup. So he's seemingly a key player for us in the Cup games. And also last night's game against Norwich, the only player who started on the weekend was Henderson. The rest of the players were all new players on the pitch, and they still got the results. So again, testament to the squad depth and to the momentum carried through. And again, Anfield is going to be a tricky one here for West Ham to get something. The worrying thing about West Ham is they've played 4 games. They haven't lost in those 4 games, but they've drawn 2-1-2. So they're going to go there, set up shop like they do. They're going to try and be tight, wait for a counter like they did the same at Olympic Stadium. And it's just about whether or not Liverpool on the day are going to take their chances. And it's not going to happen where they're going to miss 30 chances again. It's just not going to happen. Why am I killing you?
No, nothing.
Which part? You're telling me they're going to miss 30 chances on the weekend?
I never said anything, Claudio.
Let's be more precise on
You're going to get the exact... Let's get the exact...
Let's articulate our words, guys.
Please.
No, I'm just saying it's interesting that you go back to that game again. But yeah, the game at the Olympic Stadium, it was one of those where some teams have the chances and they don't score the chances and they lose. It happened.
But the reason I'm going back to the game is because it was the manager and how he's applied his tactics. It's not very often that the manager is going to change something, be drastic in terms of the approach. I mean, what would you do setting up at an Anfield, for example? Nick, as a coach, what would you do there if you were West Ham right now? You are in the hunt for a top 4 spot, but you also want to be, from a Liverpool perspective, they know if they win this game before the Manchester derby, it does put a 3-point gap, closes the gap, and it puts a little bit more pressure on Manchester City. Also, shout out there to Jason for jumping up as soon as Liverpool gets mentioned. Yes, Nick.
There's zero chance. There's zero chance that they're going to go and take the game to Liverpool.
Exactly.
They're going to keep it tight, but I do think they're going to back themselves when they do get possession of the ball, and their transitions are going to be key. And their defensive transitions are going to be key as well, because Liverpool are also capable of sucking teams in and absorbing the pressure and then unleashing their front 3 as they do. So they're going to have to keep it tight and make sure that they stay in the game for as long as possible. But when they do get opportunities, which will be few and far between, they're going to have to take them. It is a different beast going to a Liverpool that's just won a trophy, won in the FA Cup, and are seemingly back in a title race. So there's only one way I would go. I would keep it tight, play the percentage football as much as I can. And when we do get opportunities, if I'm a West Ham fan, I'm hopeful that my players take them. I think set pieces are going to be key as well, because West Ham are a good set piece team, and they might try and exploit Liverpool a bit, but I think Liverpool are very solid at the back, so it might cancel each other out. But I think if they do have a chance to probably score, it will be on one of those counter-attacks and or a set piece.
Question about Lanzini, guys. If Lanzini stays fit, do you not think he's good enough to be in a top 4 side? I mean, if West Ham make top 4. You don't think so?
Top 6 is sharp.
Okay, all right. We move on. Watford versus Arsenal.
What's the score, Claudio? Didn't give us
my score. I'm going to say 3-1. 3-1.
You concede.
Yeah, we like conceding. Keep the guys on the toes there. Goalloungetv, Watford versus Arsenal. Settle. Watford versus Arsenal. I think the connection's struggling.
Yeah,
it's about that time.
Yes, it's about that time. His connection just bugs out. I think we should do some crowdfunding there.
Yeah, I just changed that to Dota. That's incredible. Like, it's literally got a timer on it. It's got a schedule, should I say, rather.
53 minutes and his Wi-Fi goes down. Right, Wonga, Arsenal here. What are you thinking?
I think definitely a win, especially after the last performance. I just hope it wasn't too much of a high for them.
Wait. Yeah, you're saying if they win and Man United lose, they jump, and if West Ham lose, they go into top 4 spots. So this is what you're saying, Wonga, the Muti.
Yeah, and we got games in hand as well, but we still need to win those ones. But yeah, I mean,
you know who your games in hand against, right? You know who your games in hand against, right?
No, who's it against?
Liverpool.
Don't tell him, Silo. You're gonna kill the dream.
We'll clean it. Liverpool have beaten us too many times. It's coming.
And Chelsea.
Chelsea on the worst form when they started the season. They also might just be daily bread there as well. We'll see.
Daily bread.
But
listen to this man.
Man United versus And Man United versus like when Watford played Man United, I wouldn't even read too much into that game because Man United have had the poorest of forms. You don't know what you can expect from them. It's not even like a Tottenham where they win against the big team.
I thought you were gonna
That's what I'm saying.
log off there,
no,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't read too much into it. No, I wouldn't read too much into that match that Watford played against Man United. But I mean, before that, they've been struggling for wins. They did manage to beat Aston Villa, but then directly after that, they're getting clubbed by Crystal Palace. And I think Arsenal does. I think Arsenal has what it takes to beat a Watford, even at their home. I'm just hoping, like I said at the beginning, I'm just hoping that our win against Wolves wasn't too much of a high for them, you know.
Okay.
And then now they're coming off. They need to continue the momentum. I understand. I mean, the situation. I mean, it was. I understand the situation. It was, last minute goal and 3 points there. But yeah, that's what it is.
Wanga, read this comment by Arjun there. Read the comment out loud. Read it out loud so the guys on the podcast can listen to this.
I love it. Arsenal fans' confidence before it all goes to shit is always fun to see, and it always happens. No. This way, it's not. There's only one year. One way from here, Arjun. We were down there. We went down. We've been there, and we've just been climbing up. So there's no ways we're going back down there. But look, I mean, beginning of the season, I was having my doubts about Arteta and all that. And I think credit must be given us due. We are the youngest team in the league by quite a bit, and we are fighting for top 4 spot with I think some teams that should, in terms of experience, should definitely be ahead of us. But Arsenal's there; they're fighting, and I think I should give credit to that. Even the new signings that we got as well. We were doubting some of the men inside there. Well, I was doubting our goalkeeper, and yeah, they've shown that they can. They can put in a
Ramsdale's
doing well.
He's doubting him. You can't even say his name. You just say the keeper.
And I think we've done pretty well. From where we were in the beginning of the season. So, but I think, I don't think there's anything wrong with me to be optimistic. I think definitely Europe is ours, and this weekend, Man City. But we also never beat Man City, so it doesn't really matter the result with this one anyway. So it might just even itself out when we play Man City. But yeah, I think we're still in a good position to get it.
All right, score prediction, Wanga, quick fire. Let's hear it.
3-0.
3-0. Nick, quick
to
fire.
Arsenal. So 0-3.
I almost thought you were saying 3-0 to Watford there for a second. Yes, Nick.
2-0 to Arsenal. Roy Hodgson is not the solution, unfortunately.
To anything in the Premier League anymore. Retire. Dinosaur bones need to be studied in a museum. Dinosaur bones.
Kept the clean sheet against Man United.
No, but that's Ben Foster, guys. That's Ben Foster's work, eh? That's Ben Foster. He worked his ass off in that game.
Hodgson put him on the team sheet.
Celo, quick fire, let's hear it. What do you think there?
You shouldn't have sold him, Celo. He should have still been at Man United.
Yeah, he should have. The old boy did wonders there. 2-1 to Arsenal.
2-1. I'm going to say 2-0 Arsenal victory. And then the big game for the weekend, obviously. Looking at Man City versus Man United. What do you think's happening there, Celo? Let's open it up. Your team taking on its Manchester derby. What are you expecting here? Obviously, look, a lot of draws, but they haven't lost in 5 games.
Yeah, we haven't lost in a while. But yeah, the toughest part is scoring the goals. We've created so many chances. Since Ralph has come in, he's solidified the defense, which is good. But our shooting boots, man, like we're not scoring. We're not scoring the chances that we're creating. We're creating so many chances in the game. We're hitting the post. I think every game we're hitting the post. And then we missing easy chances. I think some guys, their confidence is low. But this is a game where form goes out the window. Solskjaer used to always get one over Pep. He's won more games against Pep than Pep has won against him. So Solskjaer did something right there. So I think, that the team can definitely take some confidence from past performances at the Etihad. Last season we won 2-1 at the Etihad last season. I think we can definitely take confidence from that. Let's just apply ourselves. Defense I've been happy with, as I said. I just need us to score some goals. It'll be also interesting to see what he does in terms of the starting lineup. It'll be definitely interesting to see who he starts with and what shape, what formation he starts with, because he's tweaked it a bit in a couple of games. He tweaked it a bit for the Atletico game, and he tweaked it again for this Watford game. He tweaked it a little bit. So let's see what formation he starts with, because he's got a couple of ideas which does help in terms of not being predictable, but then also does the team understand the responsibilities of playing in a certain formation, and what are we trying to do when we're playing that formation? So let's see what happens. It's a big game. We could be doing a favor for Liverpool. I think the most important thing is we want to get the 3 points for our top 4 hopes, and not for disturbing the title race. You know what I mean? It's for us, not for anyone else.
Silo, I want to look at this comment Algin saying City have lost the last 3 games at the Etihad against United. Obviously, that was Solskjaer. That was what kept Solskjaer in the job for so long, right? So him going there now, how much does that play a factor in Rangnick's sort of approach for the weekend?
Yeah, man, it gives confidence to the team. I think if you think about it, like a lot of these players were in the team in those games. You think of a Pogba. A Pogba was there. Rashford was there.
Silo, sorry, did you read this comment?
Bruno, I saw it. Don't worry. Bruno scored a penalty last season. De Gea's been there. De Gea's won a lot of games at the Etihad, so he knows the know-how. Maguire was there last season as well. Shaw scored a goal last season as well. So there are players who can take that confidence. As long as you've got confidence against the side. And as Wanga says that Arsenal never beat City, right? It's a mental block for Arsenal against City. Whereas Man United, when they're playing at the Etihad, they don't have that block. They do have the confidence to actually maybe do something different. You know what I mean?
It's not a mental block. I think our team's just worse.
Yeah, so we'll see. So we'll see what happens. But I think we could definitely see this ending in a draw, a 1-1.
I think
you don't think you'll win?
I said 1-1, guys.
He's managing expectations there.
I don't know about the what's it? City coming into the game. They've got it's, how can I put it? Jeez, why am I getting confused with my words here? City have a lot of there's a lot riding on this game. They have to win this game, otherwise now Liverpool's right on them. And with Liverpool's form, I mean, City can go on and win a number of games in the that are upcoming, but I mean, yeah, you don't want to be putting that much pressure on. I mean, it's already a lot of pressure now, but if they win, they're probably just going to set a tone and saying, look, Liverpool's going to obviously now draw, and now it's just a matter of time until they take over, and then everyone knows. If they lose, I think everyone's going to speculate the league is Liverpool's, and already that'll be I think it won't be good more for them. And that's why I suspect that I think if you're looking at, if Rangnick is preparing, he's thinking that obviously Man City want to win this game. They need the win. They need the goals. They have to come to us. So I don't think you change anything that Solskjaer did before. Wait for them. You've got guys. I mean, Sancho on a counter-attack is ridiculous. And you got Sancho, Ronaldo, and whoever else he decides to put on there. Can definitely hurt Man City on a counter.
Can I say something? I just want to say something that is very important when you play Man City, right? When you play Man City, you need a very good ball playing center forward. So that's why Spurs beat Man City a lot of the times. It's because they've got a ball playing center forward in Harry Kane. So what happens is that because Man City does this thing where they attack all of them and then they have 2 centre backs on Harry Kane, right? So what happens then? Harry Kane can actually protect the ball quite well, and his interplay is quite nice. So then Son runs past him, and then Kane makes a very nice pass to Son, and then Son has 1-on-1 with maybe the other centre back, for instance, and then Son scores. That's normally what happens. So in Manchester United's case, where we've done well is when we had Martial, who is good at interplay. Now, I'm not saying that Ronaldo, but Ronaldo's not good at interplay, right? Ronaldo's good at finishing. Ronaldo's not good at interplay. Ronaldo's not the guy who's going to be holding up the ball and then protecting and then making a long pass. You know what I mean? So then you have to try and use different types of tactics. You know, that's something that I've seen. That's something I've seen Man City struggle against. Is why Kane does so well against Man City. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do to counter them. But you know, they always have the ball. So you have to just when you have the ball, you need to be quite efficient with it.
Yeah.
Silla, what do you think about Algin's comment just saying Rashford, Sancho on the wings, Ilanga at striker?
Yeah, that would be a good ploy.
Okay.
That would be definitely a good ploy. I wouldn't mind, but Rashford has been an off form, man. So yeah, you know, let's just play Ronaldo rather.
I think form goes out the window in this game. Although I would like to allude to Man City's form, because it almost seems like they've gone through like a little dip. You know, they beat Everton, but, you know, that was questionable also with the penalty decision that went against Everton. And obviously beating or losing to Spurs, it could go either way. And also the form that Man United have at the Etihad could be in their favour. So I think for the title, Celo's team can go there and get a result of some sort. But it will be very difficult because City don't have blips for too long. You know, if they want to turn it on, they can turn it on. And Pep will be very cautious of this. And the fact that they haven't won in the last 3 games at home against Man, he will want to fix that. I can guarantee you that would have been his focus since they played their last fixture. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to make it very difficult for Man United. But these are the sorts of games that Ronaldo also comes alive in. You know, they're made for him to be the main man and to keep everyone quiet and to remind everyone that Ronaldo is still here and he's still one of the best in the world and that he is Man United essentially through and through. And I could see Man United sneak in a draw or a win. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, a 2-1 win for Man United.
I'll say I agree. I didn't give a score. I'd say a 1-0 to Man United. And even looking at the previous games, like Silo did mention the possession in the last 3 that they won, Man United never had more than 40% ball possession. The highest being 39% and the lowest being 28%. And they still managed to score 2 goals with 28% ball possession. Conceding many cards.
Efficiency, guys.
Yeah, so they literally, all they do is they're going to be breaking Man City's play, getting the fouls in the middle, making sure they can't.
Saudi will take that. Saudi will take that efficiency this weekend.
But talking about that as well, guys, your Maguire and friends there at the back, they mustn't try play out the back. They must just pump that thing forward and let your attackers deal with it. Just when there's a chance to clear the ball, he must clear the ball.
He mustn't
the minute he starts to control and turn and twist and there's problems.
Hey, bro.
That guy turns like a tanker, man. Turns like a tanker. He's that ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal last year, man.
Yeah. Jets, but how frustrating. Like if you're Ronaldo and you touch on the percentage fact there, Wonga, in terms of Ronaldo coming to a side that's only managing 30% possession and you want to be banging goals and you're not getting the same supply. I know we talk about efficiency and conversion rates, etc., but it has to be somewhat frustrating for the man.
I think Ronaldo, the frustrating thing about him.
Wait. But this guy's talking about last season. We haven't had such poor position under Ranić. What are you talking about, Claudio?
That's what Wonga was saying now.
No, I'm saying the previous games. That's Man City. It is
against Man City. Not the last three Man United games. Man City, guys, come on.
Yes, against Man City. No, against the Man City. Not the last
dominates
game.
position against Man City?
No, no one. No, definitely no one.
Eddie Howe
he's
will
talking to Claudio.
when we get the opportunity
But
again. Eddie Howe's Mavs.
I
Eddie Howe's
think
Black and
for
White Army.
Oh, guys, Eddie Howe, guys, he needs to lose, guys. Eddie Howe needs to lose this weekend. Yo.
I think for Ronaldo, Claudia, as you're asking, I think for Ronaldo, if you can see, obviously he's frustrated that he's not scoring, and especially the last game, I think he definitely should have had a goal there at least. But I think, yeah, it will be frustrating for him to not get a ball. But against the Man City, this is the reality, and I think they'll probably obviously go over that. That's it. Look, he has to put in whatever is going to come his way. You know, that they are not going to get many opportunities this game. They're not going to be touching the ball. It's literally most of the time they're going to be defending and trying to break them down, trying to make sure they're not getting connecting passes in the middle there. And then when they get a corner, free kick, a counter, that's the only time Ronaldo's going to probably be alive for anything. But yeah, it would probably, it's not. I'm not going to say it's easy for him to not think about it because he wants the goals. He will be frustrated in a way, but I think he understands the reality of it. He would understand the reality of it.
Right, gents. And also Eurovic saying apparently Liverpool versus Man United is postponed till after the national break because
the FA Cup.
FA Cup, that's correct. All right, gents, final thoughts then.
What's your prediction, Claudio?
I'm gonna go with the draw, 1-1. I'm not getting my hopes up for any United to do Liverpool favors. So that's if it happens, it happens. But yeah,
we'll concede the 95th minute just so you can choke on your panini or your paella there on Sunday.
Panini. Your panini or your paella. What's up with all the peas, bro?
I'm not sure. I was worried about what the next pea was going to come out there. I was worried there.
No, man, not that one. I'll never get to that one. Come on, man.
I've been saying, please don't say Ronaldo and free kicks in the same sentence. Yeah. Okay. All right. Final thoughts.
Yeah, that's my final thought, actually. Gee whiz. Surely Oaks have a real chat with each other and be like, Oaks, Ronaldo's missed how many free kicks in a row? Surely they're sitting there.
Bruno and Bruno's there.
Surely you're telling Bruno, okay, now Bruno, you're taking the free kicks. There's no ways. Like we know you're gonna miss it now. So like no ways. No ways. Give it to Bruno. You let someone else take it because I can't. Especially a team that's needing goals. You're gonna go give it to someone that's gonna miss the free kick. Like no disrespect to the guy. I mean, he's done great things, but I think if you look at it, I mean, even if you look at his free kick history, it's poor. It's horrid. Give it to Bruno. He has no standing in that position. I can't even lie to you. Can't stand it. Maybe against Arsenal, yes, but not against anyone else.
What Man United should have done is go and get Kieran Trippier, and he would have scored all the free kicks for you. That's my final thought.
Selo.
Let's see what happens this weekend. Lots of football. I'll probably only watch the United City game. I'm not available from tomorrow midday, so it'll be.
Man, eh?
Yeah, I'm going to a festival, so I might be drunk. I might be drunk by the time the game starts. So.
Why don't you invite us to these festivals, Silo?
Never get the invite.
I'll
only good enough on a Tuesday and a Thursday.
Sorry guys. I'll extend these invites, guys. I'll extend them. We'll do a team building on these festivals, guys.
100%.
Maybe we'll get Musa out of wherever he's hiding.
Yeah, that's a good question. All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. To everyone who's jumped online, we appreciate you. You guys rock. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to watch the football and join us back on a Tuesday. Settle, you're really good at putting plugins there. What do you want to end off with?
Yeah, guys, go over to xparena.co.za. Sign up your team. Register your team for the league. It's going to start in this month, middle of March. We're going hard, coming in hard 4 ways. Let's go. Let's meet up. Let's have a tackle. Let's have a beer and have a good time, man.
Tell me one more plugin. Okay.
What's up?
What night do you guys want to play on? We need to figure this out as well. We need a team. Goalloungetv team.
Yeah, it has to happen there.
Yeah, my Mondays are good. My Mondays or Fridays are good, but I know Fridays
Well,
are
can't be Tuesday or Thursday, boys, because we're on here.
That's out of the question. It's out of the question. But Marcelo, you're forgetting fresh legs, Chief. Come on, you can't do half job.
I don't know what the website is.
Oh,
Wanga, you can punch yourself. You can punch yourself there.
imagine. Now, look, you guys if you got kids there, if you got kids there wanting to play soccer, take a new beginning in the game. Come join us there at Urban in Hatfield. Yeah, my details are there on the website. Give me a call, and I'll get you guys in.
That's the way. That's the way. Fresh legs.
There we go. Silo had to finish. He didn't know the website link, but he knew how to say the ending there. Well done, gents. Remember, how do we end the show? You know how to end the show. 3, 2, 1. Let's hear it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
There we go, Arjun. That's for you.